gym now that they're asking, because I wear my own, I have hoodies, I have t-shirts, I have patches for the gis. And as soon as I started wearing them on my own stuff, because I'm competing now, I have guys saying, oh, how much for the shirts, how much for the hoodies? And I'm thinking, okay, if it's a brand, if it's like Leao Optics, right? It's your name, you know, Lionel, Leao, Lion, you know, it all goes together, but it's not like Lionel Turner sunglasses, it's Leao Optics. It still sounds cool, right? The Clint Cronin show is just me. That's my name. That's only my, and guys asking to actually buy those shirts that compete on a regular basis. And it's a cool thing.
It is, yeah. It's like, well, someone have a Joe Rogan podcast shirt.
Yeah, they do, right? And it starts becoming a thing. And I went to YouTube the other day to try to find one of my own videos, because the YouTube app on the iPhone is kind of cumbersome if you have more than one Google account. And I don't do my web surfing as my business account because I'm not trying to, I don't want the analytics to sort of cross over. I don't really want everybody to know what I'm doing all the time. You know what I mean? I don't know how search history gets worked into what public can see. And I don't sit there and read every term and condition. So, when I'm trying to search for my own name, and I saw somebody else's podcast, they wrote like Clint Cronin. I'm like, it's a thing. So like, it was just
that's one of the best forms of flattery.
It was cool. I mean, and the guy was actually pretty good. He put a hell of a lot more prep time. And
there's a gi company, I forgot what they're called, like a small gi company, and they made a pair of bamboo sunglasses.
Oh.
And they're like involved with they're like surf skate jiu-jitsu. That's like the whole. And they've been around for like a couple of years. They made a bunch of keys and they're kind of on a small. And they made one pair. I guess they had a few that they're selling and whatnot. But it's just not this. It's if I have a problem selling sunglasses, no way somebody with the key company, as I mean, a big key company, is going to come in. Sickness is going to be able to come in, and it's actually its brand. That's what it boils down to. It's like I don't know how much work and effort that I put into it. Someone can just make a pair of sunglasses and go, look, I'm doing it too. And then right away, somebody started flaming. I'm like, yeah, those look like Leao Optics.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even get mad. I know how much work and effort I put into it, and for another company that's making something else to come and do what it's good luck, good freaking luck.
Exactly. Unless you take something like, Sony makes kind of everything, but they don't really specialize in anything. I mean, maybe they specialize in the PlayStation or something, but back in the day, there were two ways to go about something. You'd go with the company that just specialized and they just focused on that one thing and you knew it was perfect, or you went with the kind of jack of all trades. It sort of dabbles here and there, and they can make everything kind of on the cheap, but you put it on and there's that difference. I mean, so when you look at your sunglasses compared to, so these are, which ones are these, right? These are the Lutadors, right? You look at these guys, if you look cost versus cost of sunglasses that are on the market right now, so Leao Optics, these are the Lutadors. I think this is the Gatos, right? They come in this awesome bamboo case, right? So you get a nice chunk of natural wood right there where you can put anything in there you want, keep them safe. You got the dust bag. You got the glasses, there's plastic wrap around the arms, but and this is the Gato, right?
Yeah.
They're customized, right? So this is a custom deal here. You got the rank stripe right here, your black belt. So if you're a purple belt, you get the purple one, blue belt, whatever.
Well, you get that. I can add that on the inside arm. That's on everything. You know that, right?
Yeah. So, but what I'm saying, like cost versus cost, quality versus and craftsmanship. If you look at what is in the same price range on the market,
there's no comparison.
There's no comparison. These are all polarized. So you put these on, you take a look at a smartphone, you're like, hey, wait. Yeah, it's because they're polarized, right? So that's one extra thing.
You know, I found how you get around that, right?
No.
You have one of those tempered glass screens.
Oh, really?
Those, that takes the glare off.
See, I didn't know that. That's really cool.
I didn't know it either until I put one on. I was like, oh shit, the glare is gone.
So
tell us, Eduardo, tell us. When I first got, he was one of the first guys to get a pair. He was like, I know, I like them, but I can't look at my phone.
Smashed. So I need one of those, another one of those tempered glass ones, because I break phone screens.
$6, Amazon.
Yeah, so I need to replace my screen again. So I'm definitely going to do that. That's actually a good tip. so people that don't know that, you just got a pro tip from the source right here. Lionel Turner, Leao Optics, the owner. Yeah, we're gone now, man.
I know we're on yet.
I like to get that natural flow going, and then right after that one thing we talked about that we ain't gonna say in the air, we cut on shortly after that. So I'll send this over to you before we go live anyway with it. So can you get closer to your mic a little bit?
That's right there on my thing.
All right. So if you go into like Skype or like sound preferences, see if there's like a way to raise the gain on the mic. I think it's probably going to be, system preferences and then sound. And then go to input and see if you can just crank that guy up.
Under preferences?
Yeah. See if I can raise it too.
Built-in mic. Testing. Yeah, slow.
Yeah, crank that up. It's leveling it.
Testing. It's still. I see.
It's getting better.
Is it getting better?
I think so. Maybe if I scoot back from mine, maybe that'll level out.
Better. How's that?
It's better. A little bit better.
Okay. Turn microphone. Built-in microphone. Hold on. Built-in input line in.
Yeah, it might be the line in. Say something else? Now you're totally dead.
Now I should be good.
Oh, there you go. Magic. So to those guys who are just joining right now, I've got Lionel Turner. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see it on the screen because it says it at Leao Optics. There's 2 O's, right?
The 2 Leao. Oh, yes.
Right. All right. So Lionel Turner is the chief proprietor, founder, and owner of Lionel Optics. These are jiu-jitsu lifestyle brand sunglasses. They're made of bamboo. They're polarized, California-based company. And this guy's a jiu-jitsu brown belt, so he knows his stuff. He knows that if you have your sunglasses in your bag, you got your gi in there, you got all your stuff in there. This is all natural. Bamboo's antimicrobial right out of the factory, right out of the box. So if your stuff takes a beating, these glasses can withstand it. If you're in the surf lifestyle, right? Glasses fall off. You're like, oh, crap. They float. They're bamboo, right? They come in this all-natural case. This sounds like a commercial. It's not. I wear these, right? I rock these. If you see me on my Instagram on these videos, I don't like wearing sunglasses indoors, but if I did, they'd be Leao Optics, right? So get your shit together.
No one wants to be the douchey guy with the glasses indoors, right?
No, they don't. They don't. Except there's a couple, like Dennis Rodman can pull it off because he's Rodzilla.
There are some guys who can pull it off. And I give them that. There's a select few, but when you see a group of 20 guys walking to a club and all my sunglasses on, I got a problem with that, man.
Yeah, then it's weird. It's like if there's 20 people all doing the same thing and they're not the Yankees or something's wrong.
Yeah,
if you're not paid for it.
I've seen that before, and I just like, oh my goodness, like I own a sunglass company. Come on, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's all good to push your own stuff, but outdoors, and that's where you want to wear them, man. You get great eye protection, and so far I've had my luchadors in the natural bamboo style with the black belt customization on there for quite some time, and they're fine. There's no scratches.
That's the cool thing about them. Our lenses are scratch resistant, and I put a beating on them. I actually own another business, which is what I had first, and we do property maintenance. And I have to go out there and really have to work hard sometimes. And I've had things blown into my face, and I'm going, okay, I'm definitely going to tear these up. Turn around, look at them at the end of the day, nothing. Dropped them, slide them across the floor, nothing. So I wouldn't recommend dropping them across the floor, but as far as the durability of the lenses, that's one of the things I'm most happy about, because I don't know how people are. I'm one of those guys that if I see that little scratch on my sunglass, it's going to bother me and bother me and bother me to the point where I'm not going to wear them anymore.
Yeah, I've got a couple pair of, they're not like the classic aviators necessarily, but they're the Ray-Ban aviators, the ones that kind of wrap around that are kind of more rounded.
With the metal frame?
Yeah, and I had to wind up I needed to buy another arm for him because, well, first of all, the little ear rubber gimmicks, those things go quick. They dry out. 1 year and they're gonna kind of wear out if you wear them a lot. Then the arm fell off, so I went to buy another pair, and I wound up actually going on eBay to get a different, a parts pair, because they were someone had scratched lenses, but the frame was fine. So I basically made like one good pair out of two, and then the lenses on both of them wound up scratched. So I basically have like this Ray-Ban Aviator graveyard now, where I love the shades, but the what you get for the money with a Ray-Ban. I mean, I don't care how much you like them. They fall apart. They don't last. Then if you go up in price range for sunglasses, what you wind up getting is, first of all, it's another $50, $60 premium on any brand just to get polarized lenses. And so there's Maui gyms are decent. And then if you go up in the higher sort of
those are nice.
The high fashion or whatever, like a Prada or something, there's some, build quality improvement over a Ray-Ban, but still you're talking, $300-$400.
Yeah, you're talking a lot of money for a pair of sunglasses. That's something that I look at getting in this business as just being it from somebody who just does jiu-jitsu and dealing with people who are in jiu-jitsu. Don't get me wrong. I really want to expand. I want to get into, surf and skate, but I want to do it bridging that gap through people who do jiu-jitsu. And I remember the first time I bought a pair of expensive sunglasses. They were a pair of Spy Helios.
All right.
And no connection as far as with Halo and Jiu-Jitsu, nothing like that. But that was the first pair of expensive. I had a pair of $5 sunglasses for 2 years. And I said, okay, now I could up and get a nice polarized pair of great sunglasses. And I liked it, but just at that price point, man, I think I paid like $150 for them. And I'm going, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
It is.
I just... And it's not to a lot of people, to a lot of people, they grab a pair of Leao optics and they're, hey, these are definitely worth more. And I go, yeah, they are definitely worth more. But I wanted to bring something to market that the everyday person can get. I don't know how many times that I get comments or I get reviews or something on Facebook and Instagram. Hey, I got my pair of Leao optics. I don't even wear sunglasses. I just want to support your brand because you're part of jiu-jitsu. However, since I got them, I'm wearing them all the time. It's the only pair that I wear. It's the only style that I wear. So I wanted to bridge that gap into definitely the community. I wanted to be around the people and work around the people who I like most, who I hang out most. And that's definitely the jiu-jitsu community, but I want to be able to provide something that was cost efficient, was quality. Who knows? I might look back 5-10 years from now and kick myself for not charging more for them or trying to be a better businessman. I'm just trying to have fun.
Oh, I hear you.
Down to.
I hear you, man. There's a lot of ways to sort of go to market with a brand. And hey, maybe someday down the road, there's a more, a higher end model or something. Maybe you guys come up with
I got something that works. We got something that works.
Oh, I saw the new, is there a name for the concept you just put on Instagram, or is that just going to be up, one and done on there real quick? And then,
I'm actually working with a specific pioneer in the sport of jiu-jitsu. I'm possibly thinking of working. That's when I'll just let this. I'm already talking to their people as far as what it would take to be able to get his name on them. And it's not necessarily, it's more based off something which he represents, which is going to be, I always try to give like a little zane inside the inside arm, whether it be the luchadors say it, the gatos say it. You look at my, the first styles, the originals and the OG bump say the pride on our lifestyle on the inside. The suavecitos say art suave. With this one's actually going to have a little quote.
Uh-oh.
If it works out.
All right.
That goes with the brand. It goes with obviously the person who said it and his family and his association. And it's jiu-jitsu. And the people who see it will go, and this if it works, that style's coming, but with the name on it is that's what's still in the works. And I think people, whether it's going to be within that specific association and also people who just love jiu-jitsu, will definitely be able to identify with it. So,
well,
I'm excited.
You got some pretty strong kind of brand ambassadors on there already. You got pretty much the who's who rocking the sunglasses. So far you've got Christina. That how many pairs of sunglasses some of those pictures sold. She puts them on. She just looks cool. She has like that whole cool thing, you know.
Dude, Christina was interesting, man. I'm really stoked to have her on board, and that just kind of like I was contacted by a friend of hers, and it turned into like I made somebody a deal. I just dropped this from Suavecito. Somebody hit me up. I was like, hey, yeah, we're kind of low on money. Is when you guys gonna have another style coming out that's not as expensive, and I really don't spend that much. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm feeling good right now. I gave him a special deal on a pair of sunglasses today. I was dropping the Suavecitos, and as we're going through a conversation, he goes, yeah, the specific person that's also going to get him is Christina Barlon. And I was like, I know who that is. She just got her black belt, and that was how it first worked out. And I ended up meeting her at Nogi Worlds last year, and ever since then, she's been a great ambassador. She's just an up-and-coming female in the black belt division, and she's an overall cool person. And she has a story, which I'm sure she, I heard it on your podcast and other ones, which is absolutely amazing. And what she's doing, the things she's done in her life, the things she's overcome, and she's no stranger to the international competition. She's done it for the b-boy position, and now she's doing it in jiu-jitsu. So watching her work, and I know the struggle and the hard work and dedication she puts into driving around and getting to her spots, and she does it. She's a trooper, and definitely honored to have her.
Oh yeah, I think she's driving 2 hours every day for jiu-jitsu. She trains and teaches between 2 different counties on total different ends of the peninsula, total different ends of the bay.
Like every day, early day, late day, every day.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I think she doesn't head back home until about 10 at night or something. So she's in San Jose teaching, then she's
or crashing on someone's pad, crashing on someone's couch, and she's doing it.
Oh yeah, there's couch surfing involved, definitely. I think we were here until 3 a.m. recording once, and it was this. Because everybody was starving after. I think we did like a 3.5 hour show that we broke up into 3 pieces, and then we finally went out, and there's a place over here. It's got like a Korean fried chicken wing place. It's open till 2 a.m. So when everything was said and done, I think it was like 3, and then she was back, training or something, or like teaching at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. in San Jose. It was like, yeah, man, it's a pace.
definitely.
So,
but yeah, we've been fortunate enough. I think just doing what we do, we're unique. We're offering something different. We're not another, gi company or rash guard company or tape company or soap company. That's no diss to any of them, but we do bring a unique product. We've had some really, very well-known guys within the Jitsu community who've reached out and said, hey man, I definitely want, let's work something out, and I want to wear it. I want to support it. I want to represent, Samir Chantry. He was like 2 months into Leao, and he contacted me, and I was like, I don't really contact anybody. I'll say, hey, I want you to wear my brand. I don't do that. What's most important to me is the people who wear Leao do it because they like the brand. They like the style. It's something that they want to wear and include in their everyday life. And, if anybody who follows Samir Chantry, you see him in Brazil right now, and he's right there on the beach of Rio, and him and Cochino both got a pair of Leo optics on, and they're posting their photos. And it's like, dude, that's awesome, man. You got these guys are top. And this is what I try to explain to a lot of people who don't do jiu-jitsu. And I go, as it says, the best basketball player in the world, you can't get a chance to go play with them. But in jiu-jitsu, we actually have the opportunity to meet the top of the food chain and train with the top of the food chain. And it's neat. It's neat seeing somebody who reached that pinnacle, and then they like the brand and they want to wear the brand. It's that's probably the most rewarding. That opposed to someone just flat out saying, hey man, best classes I ever worn. Those 2 things are just the most rewarding, I would say, out of this. It is somebody who really appreciates it, and then somebody who has a following and is so grounded in jiu-jitsu and in competition and seminars, and just being just respected for the craft which they dedicated their lives to, and then they also include like optics on that, which is awesome.
Oh, it's an amazing thing. You got, guys on there just at your academy alone. So Eduardo Telles, master of the turtle guard.
That guy, I can't say enough about Eduardo Telles. That's arguably the coolest guy I've ever met in my entire life. The most humble, down to earth. A new white belt comes in and he rolls with you and treats you like you're his best friend. And next thing you know, you'll be going to some shindig that he put together, and he treats you just like you're a black belt that trained with him forever. Most humble, the coolest guy. And it's funny, guys say, "Oh, I sponsor Bridgewater Tellis," and I hate saying that because that's, I'm kind of under him. I'm from a different my lineage. I'm under Mark Hopkins,
Okay.
and he's a black belt under Carlos Valente.
Oh, nice.
And then so Carlos Valente's in the mix, but we got associated with Tellis. Tellis came in with Carlos Valente, Andre way back when today. They were all associated back at, I think early 2000, mid 2000s, around there, maybe a little later than that. And that's how we got to know him. And it's a pretty cool story. The first time I ever met him, he would come and he would train with us. And I had always missed the day that he came in and, did his guest appearance while he was building his gym in San Diego. And it was Pan Am's 2013, I think. I was a blue belt. Never competed before. First tournament I'm going to do on Pan Am's. And he comes in the day before. It's like, I think I had to compete on Friday, and it was a Thursday. And Tellis came in, and he brought some guys. Who else came in? The guy from England. Oh my gosh, his name is escaping me right now. It'll come to Bassa, Pedro Bassa.
Oh,
Pedro
nice.
Bassa was in town, and I'm rolling with Tellis. Roll Tellis. I roll this guy, and I've never been so demoralized by anybody. And what's sad about it, and this is, you ask anybody who ever rolls with Tellis, is he has this way of just laying on you, and he just, as you move, he just absorbs you. It's kind of like the Blob. You've watched the old movie The Blob, how it would just take people and absorb them and kind of just keep on rolling. And I'm sitting there going, man, I got to compete tomorrow. And this guy is just treating me like I may as well have never trained before in my life. And we get done, and he's tying his belt, and he goes, "Don't worry, Lionel. There'll be no black belts in your division tomorrow." And I was like, at least I can take something away from this. And and since then we've built a pretty good friendship, and just stoked that I got the opportunity to go into his gym and train with him whenever I want. And the people who come through tell us it's just because of the respect that he has. You never know who's going to walk in the door. So I've had the opportunity to meet, like Damian Maya coming in, and,
Oh, wow.
and it's just neat. It's really cool, especially being here in San Diego. The people that you get to meet, and you tell anybody, "Oh yeah, I trained with Eduardo Tellis." So like, oh, nice. It's the respect that he gains, and within the community is really cool to see.
Yeah, it's really cool to have that. I mean, just knowing that the lineage and the experience and just the skill, the development of the guard. He's the turtle guard guy. So
Love it. And I use a turtle guard a lot. I love the turtle guard. I heard him explain it before in an interview, and he was like, "I got really good at the turtle because I didn't want my guard pass." That's simple. The only reason why he was not willing to give up the pass. So he just started going to the turtle. A lot of people like that. Oh, you give him the back, and he just developed it into a real technique, and a way to be offensive off of it.
So did his roots come from judo, or is this something he just, as a jiu-jitsu guy?
I believe he started in karate. I want to say, I could be wrong. I want to say he started in something else before jiu-jitsu. I think, and then he started jiu-jitsu when he was like 14 or 15, or if I'm remembering the story. Don't quote me on this, please. But if I remember the story correctly, that's just what it was. And he said, I remember him saying that when he first started, he was more of a aggressive, more trying to smash, and then he just developed a real playful style. I think he said right on purple belt, so developing more of that real playful. And it's funny if you ever get a chance to watch him. If anybody saw him in the EBI, he went out there trying to prove a point. He went out there just trying to show that his game, that turtle game, that turtle haired and the slow guy who's patient, that it could win. And it didn't. He ended up getting submitted. But I think a lot of people, either you like it or you hate it. People were, "Oh, come on, this is boring." They want to see people going for this, going for that, but they weren't really realizing what he was doing. And he was taking guys who were, I forgot who his first opponent was. Just an MMA fighter, good front headlock wrestler type style guy. Just give him his head, take it, and what are you gonna do with it? And he went in there with no idea of trying to win any money. He went in with the idea to prove a point, and he didn't prove it 100%, but he did show that style definitely has a place. And you could do X, Y, Z, but if you can't do anything to that guy, there's nothing you can do to that guy.
No, it's true. And EBI rules, I think a lot of people are still trying to figure out how they want to kind of go with it. I mean, if there's money on the line and you're talking the actual EBI event, then yeah, you're looking for the submission in that first 10 minutes in that first period, but there are other ways to approach this. There's plenty of no-gi and gi tournaments now that are using EBI rules, and they're kind of gaming it as such where, well, how much energy do I really want to use if I specialize in finishing arm bars from spider web position, or if I specialize in back attacks, or even with Eduardo or someone like Eduardo, if I'm thinking about, okay, well, if I can just work on getting the fastest escape, which is, he's the first one that actually said that, right?
Yeah.
He's the first one who said, no, I'm actually looking for the fastest escape. That's what I'm doing. That's, and no one had ever done that before. No one had ever, said that that's what they're going to do, because usually you have a lot of younger guys competing and there's money on the line if you get that submission. So they're going right for that. But in other tournaments, and in the case of even Eduardo and EBI itself, you can game it that way. So, I mean, in the gym, we're all doing, submission only. No one's really talking about points. You could have, matches or little smoker type things in the gym where you're, okay, 3, 2, whatever, you're scoring it. And at the end, okay, we're preparing for either IBJJF or, some modified rules of that, or even EBI style rules. But, we're talking the tournaments themselves, knowing the scoring system, knowing the points, knowing the rules as of current is a huge deal. And
definitely.
And you can game them, right? How much energy are you going to spend if there's no money on the line? If it's not an EBI tournament, but they're using those rules, then why, right?
Why? Yeah. Why rush it if you don't have to? And the thing is, and this is where you get into. I don't know if you're on Facebook and if you follow like DJ Jackson and the beefs that they get into with Gary Tonin and Gordon Ryan, and Tim Spriggs jumps into it. It's pretty funny because you got DJ Jackson, Tim Spriggs that are IBJJF rule style competitors. Not saying they can't do submission only at all, but that's they like that. Then you have the other guys who like submission only, and what it boils down to is some of these good guys, man, you just can't submit them. Some of these good guys are. It's a lot harder. It's not. I don't fall into and I could be totally ignorant now. I don't know everything, but I don't really fall into the points is boring because they're not going for the submission. Man, everybody's stalling. It's not that they're stalling; it's that these people are just so good.
Yeah,
and it's hard to submit somebody who's so good. Man, you watch that match with the Leao brother and Samir Chantry at No-Gi Worlds last year, and you see these guys cranking each other's foot.
Yep.
Yeah, I personally would have tapped a long time ago, and it's like, no, these guys have rubber ankles, man. So I don't really get so much into it. I like how let's do another podcast, and Bill Cooper was on it, and Bill Cooper was getting ready to do the EBI, like EBI 8, I believe it was, and he was like, hey, do you like the EBI? I was like, yeah, man, I like those. Yeah, like the submission, I like it. And he stopped. He goes, but you know what? I like IBJJF too, man. I like side control. I like going for the points. I like doing this. I like going neon belly and getting rewarded for it. I like it. And he just put it out there. I like everything has a place. And it's like one day I might want to eat ice cream. One day I might want cookies. And I look at it more like that. It's like, what game are we playing? You go and play some Call of Duty like my kid's playing in the other room right now. And he go, what game do we want to play? Do you want to play some team deathmatch? Or we're going to play, whatever. But these different rules don't really define what's better jiu-jitsu, and it doesn't. And it's kind of like you just I got a good relationship with a lot of guys in 10th Planet. Boogie Martinez is one of the guys that are on the Leao squad, and his brother Gio is actually here in Oceanside. They're local, here where I'm at. And they have a different look at it. They you talk to them and they say, "Oh, always going for the kill, always going for the kill." That's awesome, man. That's awesome to see somebody's going to jump and then you're always looking to attack. But I also like it when you see someone like a Adolfo who can just smash. There's a lot of technique in that he doesn't have to go to submission. You just see his superiority by the way that he's going to smash. You see Leandro Lowe pass the guard, and he's all quick, and I like that. I just you see more emphasis on those techniques and those details at IBJJF that you don't necessarily see in the submission only, but that's cool because you got someone like Jeff Glover who's going to show you his ass and then he'll hook you. So it's all good, man. That's another guy who wears Leao's too.
Oh, that's right, he does. So you got to get him to do that donkey guard stuff with the glasses on next time.
He's a cool dude, really cool dude.
Oh yeah, he's one of those guys you see hanging out around Bill Cooper a lot. Those guys are hilarious.
Yeah, all the Paragon. I got a good relationship with the Paragon guys that I built through here, and I remember when I was when I was taking my son, he's 13. He started competing when he was like 8 or 9, and we'd be there in the early morning, and just the kids going on white belts and or competing, and you see Frangio come in, and Frangio have his little hoodie up, carrying a
You still there?
80 blue belt. I'm looking at this guy going like, yeah, here. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Sounds like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We got the kid on the Xbox again?
No, he's on online right now.
All right. We had a little freeze there.
We good?
I think so. There we go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and then when we go to tournaments, you see Frangia there, and I had no clue who he was. All I know is that he's just like a scary dude, and so when I first started getting involved with competitive jiu-jitsu, that was one guys. Who was this Paragon crew? Who are they? And then now I have the opportunity to meet him and a lot of the guys that he helped produce. And I really love that team. I built some good relations with Paragon, Carlson Gracie Group, and like 10th Planet, and then Aries Jiu-Jitsu, obviously with Samir. Those are like some affiliations they're like my secondary homes that of just people within the Jiu-Jitsu community that I've built a really strong relationship with. And I'm really grateful for that.
Oh yeah, the Aries guys are great. All the Caio Terra guys are really cool. They're all up in this area. I mean, you have Caio in San Jose, so that's where obviously Christina is, and then Aries. Those guys kind of split off and did their own thing, but that's Mountain View also, right? So you have Milton over there. Then Keishinho,
up there.
He's a little further away. But no, those guys are all super friendly. One of Flavio Meyer, one of Caio's black belts, like the nicest guy on earth. That whole team's cool, all super technical, smaller guys, but very technical. And Caio's got a mix of different stuff he teaches. So I was like, drop in over there and just sort of seeing what's up. They just did a seminar pretty recently. It's really cool. Man, yeah, I saw Bill Cooper over at Nogi Worlds. Very cool guy.
He's a trip, man. He's a trip.
Yeah, I was walking in with a bunch of gear and stuff just to go in and do the podcast from there. I was doing some live stuff from Nogi Worlds, and the lady at the door for the Cow Palace right outside of San Francisco, she was having a hard time with with tickets or people come in and out. I guess she didn't understand the couple people in front of her. You could tell she was a little bit flustered, and I walked up to her and she asked for the ticket or whatever. I'm like showing her my bracelet thing. I'm like, no, I'm press. It's like, huh? I'm press. What? And I'm like, I have like camera gear, all this crap. I'm like, my hands are very full. I had a tripod, and Bill Cooper was walking out in the way, and he's like, don't you know who he is? Just like kind of messing with her. And she's like, oh, sorry. Like he was just messing around, but she just, I'm sorry. Gave me the stamp on my wrist and everything, got right in. But yeah, he was just messing around, but it was cool to run into him. And I think he was filming, I was kind of filming. I had my that iPhone stabilizer thing I like to film with, and I was walking in right past him, and he was kind of doing his thing live on Facebook at the same time. So we just kind of crossed paths and said, what's up, and kind of carried on. But
it's cool. It's cool seeing him, man. I remember, watching videos of him, years back, and, he fell off for a little while, and then he's back with vengeance. And I remember it was at EBI, and he got down. I think it was his first or second match, and I went backstage, and I'm like, "Hey, man, it's like you." And he just finished like it's like I never even left. The guy has such a playful style, and then he was on fire and ready to get. He ended up losing to Eddie Cummings at the end of that. But my goodness, people weren't expecting him to, they liked it because of name recognition, but honestly, I don't think anybody was really thinking that he was going to advance as far as he did. He knocked out Gio Martinez.
Yeah.
It just that right there. Look what Gio Martinez did, Eddie Cummings. So.
Oh, exactly. It's those guys just go back and forth, and it's whoever it's on that day when they're playing that game, when you're just feeling a certain way. You never know. So at any given day, Bill can come through and he can win these things. I mean. Yeah.
EBI was probably my favorite EBI in my opinion. I like that.
Oh,
one.
7, definitely.
Yes. Yeah.
Great event. Eddie Cummings, I think, did he catch him in like a heel hook at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he heel hooked everybody, I believe.
Yeah, at that level.
He might have choked somebody out actually, but he was on fire. And Rafael Dominguez, him and Gio Martinez had a beautiful match. So yeah, that was probably my favorite EBI. That was fun. I got to cover it too, so that was pretty neat.
Oh, awesome! I was really happy for Eric Eric Medina from Jean Jacques. He's a purple belt. He went up against Barrett Yoshida at the last EBI, the one in Mexico, and
oh yeah,
he took the match on short notice, and man, I've rolled with him over at Jean Jacques a number of times, and he's a smaller guy. I'm like 215, 220 right now, and he's purple belt, and I'm all right. Let's roll. And he's good. He's really good. He's tough. I mean, I had to work my ass off to stay on top. And I'm like, oh man, this guy's game. And then you see him taking a match against Barrett Yoshida at EBI 10. I'm like, man, he's got balls. He's a cool dude. He runs, he's got a regular job. He does jujitsu basically full time and a half, but then he owns LA Jiu-Jitsu Club. Have you heard of this thing?
No.
Oh man, you guys got to do some work with him, man. This is a partnership you guys got to pick up. These are, think of like a jiu-jitsu Airbnb fighter house in LA where they have a float tank, there's a pool, there's yoga, there's jiu-jitsu, there's classes starting at like 6:30 or 7 in the morning.
At the house. It's a big house, or like what is it?
It's bigger, right? There's space. There's enough room for a bunch of people to book rooms, and usually it's full along, whenever there's tournaments and stuff, getting ready for the bigger ones.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's close to in proximity to just about all the LA schools, and it's all Jean Jacques guys. Felicia O rolls through there quite a bit. A lot of Eddie Bravo's guys, a lot of 10th Planet guys. They roll through there. There's kind of the who's who, and you basically your room and board comes with jiu-jitsu, or you can pay some drop-ins, or just maybe even do your own little camp at one of the gyms down there. So you can
cool.
just get a month at Jean Jacques or a month at 10th Planet, or just do a couple weeks at each, and just spend a good month down there, and then come back home wherever you live, and then do your tournament. And you're not going to be the same guy you were before you go down there, because the level in LA, and even in Northern California, if you live in one of these other areas that don't have the depth of jiu-jitsu talent that we have in the state, coming out here and just mixing it up with other people your level and above, and all the world champions and just awesome athletes and awesome jiu-jitsu players we have, you're going to be better when you go home and when you go to compete.
You see that happen when people Americans from the West Coast will go do the Asian Open or something like that. It's and they come back with gold
for sure.
Yeah, and you just see it whenever we leave. People out of California, the top dogs leave, they go and they dominate. It's that's what's so cool about being like, I'm in Southern California and you're in Northern California, and it's the people that are around, and it's the who's who. You get an opportunity to meet and an opportunity to roll with pretty much anybody. As long as you just want to take the time to go ahead and go out and go, they're still going to be somewhere. And this top of the food chain is here.
It really is. I think from San Diego, I still have to do a little jiu-jitsu tour down there. My stops have been in Los Angeles lately, but I definitely have to come down and see you guys. We've got little Mike Prudencio over here, little Alan Marquez. They're the owner of One World Jiu-Jitsu and Heroes Martial Arts. So they're kicking me in the teeth. They're up next. So man, I hate to cut it short, but our Skype connection here.
I know.
And Mike's my instructor, and Gumby was actually. Have you met Alan Marquez or Mike Prudencio?
I don't believe so.
Hey Gumby, jump on real quick. This is so he's from Heroes. If you remember OTM on the mat.
Yeah.
So all right, well this is the so you got to climb over some studio lighting over here, green screen.
What are you putting in on the background? Where should I say?
Times Square. Right
Times
here.
Square. All right.
Pull up. I'll turn the mic up a little bit. So.
What about Mike?
There we go. You're right there. So.
I see. I got it.
That's Gumby.
What's up, bro?
Oh, here we are in Times. Came all the way from San Jose to Times Square here.
Right. Teleportation. It's a new jiu-jitsu trick. You got Turtle Garden, San Diego, San Jose. We got teleportation.
Teleportation. We're way behind you guys, I think.
We'll get there. Well,
I should do this.
Yeah, jump on the headphones. I want to thank you very much for coming on. I'm going to come see you soon in San Diego. You need some glasses.
He needs new glasses.
There you go.
It's bright here. I can definitely use some glasses.
There you go. Little
Oh, sweet. It's cool.
So these are Leao optics. This is
I've been seeing these all over Facebook and all that. They're bamboo.
Good, it's costing me enough. No, I'm fine.
Exactly. Oh yeah, the Facebook ads suck, man. They're expensive.
The algorithm for Facebook and Instagram over the past couple of months is It's like, hey, people, if you're not getting as many likes as you used to get on Instagram, people are not hating you. It's Instagram.
Oh, exactly.
Weird.
Yeah. So I want to thank you very much for coming on.
Thanks for having me. First podcast. I appreciate it. Those look sexy.
Dude.
Feel sexy. I feel like my jiu-jitsu getting better.
Right?
They are. They definitely are.
So right there, Leao Optics, Lionel Turner. Go buy some sunglasses and check him out. He's at Leao Optics on Instagram, Twitter, on Facebook, and
not on Twitter.
Not on Twitter.
No, I don't know why. I never got into it. Maybe I should.
I suck at it. I have it.
I never got into Twitter. On Facebook, Instagram. I tried Pinterest. Can't get into it.
You have Pinterest?
I tried. What's the other one? Snapchat.
MySpace.
No. Oh yeah. MySpace.
I had MySpace.
We're still on MySpace.
I remember. Do you know who Russ Mira is from Subfighter? You ever heard of him? He was one of the guys as well too.
Way back when.
One of my first instructors is Russ Mira. Russ Mira, Rick Estrada, Subfighter MMA. They had a satellite on Camp Pendleton, so it was a military base, and I'd go there. I'd train with him. I wasn't military. And where the hell was I going with this?
Russ.
Yeah, I know. What the hell is that? Why did I even bring Russ up? What did you just say? He said, hell you just say?
Something.
Something.
Now we're making a horrible podcast.
No, we're making a horrible. No, it's all magic, man. I want to thank you very much for coming on. I'll be down in your area soon. We'll get together. We'll do this thing live. We'll have some fun with it. We'll train.
Yeah, come down training.
Hell yes.
Black belt, my new brown belt.
Congratulations on the brown belt, sir.
Nice.
Appreciate that. It's still not real yet. And my very next day, I went to Tellus's. Boogie Martinez brought some of his young purple belts in to humble me and let me know that I wasn't that good of a brown belt yet.
Well, next step, go compete.
Yeah,
bake it in.
Jump hands.
Oh, really? All right, bake it in. Bake it. I'll be there to for the post-fight interview with your nice gold medal.
Actually, I think I'm doing the San Diego Open NABJF first in the beginning of February. I think.
No better way to break in your belt than getting out there.
And I got to compete a couple times towards the end of this year. I'm stoked.
Do it.
Sounds good, brother.
All right, rock and roll. Thanks for being on, brother.
Appreciate it, man. Boys.
Leao Optics, go buy some sunglasses.